Hi, welcome to Thrifty Vicky. I'm here with Sean.
Hello.
And we have been making this recipe together since I was 15 years old. I think you've been making it even longer than that with your mom.
It's a summertime staple. My mom found it in some magazine back in the early 80s, and we always make it in the summertime when you don't really want to cook, but you want something that's going to be hearty as a meal. But you can also bring it as a side dish. It's called a chicken rice artichoke salad, and we'll show you how to make it. It's very easy, and I promise you people will be asking for the recipe.
It is made with Rice A Roni.
Yes.
Don't you love Rice A Roni? So we went ahead and prepped everything. We made the Rice A Roni, we cut up, well, Sean did for me while I was gone. He surprised me, thank you. So when I came back, all this stuff was chopped up. And then we cheated and we used a rotisserie chicken, but you also can just poach chicken, which keeps it really moist, and that's the trick with this recipe, right?
So you want to use chicken Rice A Roni. You cook it based on what
Chicken
the box
flavor Rice A
says.
Roni.
Chicken flavored,
Yep,
right?
yep.
And then you want it to cool down because you don't want it to be hot when you mix it with the other ingredients. And we typically get a family-sized chicken Rice A Roni, and if it calls for, let's say, 5 cups of water, I usually go a half a cup less because I want the rice to kind of have some, I want it to be a little drier and not mushy rice, because mushy rice doesn't really mix well when you're making something like a chicken salad.
It's kind of gross.
Yep.
Okay.
So while Vicky is chopping scallions, I'm going to show you the components as she said. So we have this is cooled Rice A Roni, chicken flavor. We use the rotisserie chicken, as Vicky said. You can also, a lot of times we would poach chicken breasts, let it cool, and then rip it apart. We have,
Which is fun.
yep, this is 1 red bell pepper. We use olives with pimentos, and you want to chop them up. If our friend Richard was here, we wouldn't be including the olives, or we'd make a small side batch for him. But for anyone else who really likes olives, they give great flavor in this.
And it's great if you can buy the pre-sliced olives, it'll save you a lot of time. So.
And then we also have artichoke hearts. We use the marinated artichoke hearts, and this time when we use a bottle of marinated artichoke hearts, we drain off and save the liquid, and we're going to mix that later for our sauce. So you pour that out, save it to the side, and then you chop up into little pieces. Make sure you take out the tough leaves. Sometimes when you get those marinated artichoke hearts, there's a tough leaf or two. Just remove that and then chop everything else up. And then combined with the scallions, we have pretty much everything we need to make this. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna make the sauce on the side. And this is...
Do you want me to go ahead and start mixing the other stuff?
Sure, if you'd like
Okay.
to mix all that together.
I'll do that.
So Vicky's you want a nice big bowl to toss it in. It's also very pretty when you're in the summer, you're kind of presenting it. Let's say you go to, somebody invites you over for a picnic. This is great. It's also great to take to work for lunches. It's just really easy. Your kids are looking for something to eat. Our kids come in, they just scoop a bunch of this and head out. Usually leaving it on the counter and forgetting to put it in the refrigerator, but that's another story.
And the funny thing about this dish is that a lot of people kind of look at it and then they eat it, and then you notice that they keep coming back for more. It's kind of funny that way, right?
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this sauce, and this is probably about a half a cup. This is the marinade from the marinated artichoke hearts, and it's got all those great Italian seasonings already in there. And then I'm just gonna take mayonnaise, and I typically just kind of wing it. I always find that's a better way to cook. But I'm putting in, I would say that's roughly a cup, maybe more, of mayonnaise. And what I'm looking for is I'm just gonna mix it up, and I don't want it to be too watery, and I don't want it to be too thick. Because what you're gonna wanna do is then mix it in and blend it in, fold it in really, once Vicky's done with all the components. So she's added the artichoke hearts and the peppers, and then we're gonna throw in the olives because Richard's not here, and then we're gonna add the scallions. So as you can see, I've got a nice consistency there. A little bit watery, so I think what I'm gonna do, I'll be right back. Needed a clean spoon so that I didn't stick it into the mayonnaise. And I'm gonna thicken that up just a little bit. And then I want to also throw in another suggestion that we've added over the years, simply from additional flavor. It's getting harder to find, I don't know why, but creamy Italian dressing also works really well. Even some creamy Caesar. You don't want to use this only because I prefer the mayonnaise, But we take a little bit of this and we're gonna add this into the sauce. If I can pull this off, which I can. So I'm just gonna give a couple squirts, throw it right in there, and mix it all up. And if I had to eyeball this, I've ended up with about 2 cups of liquid. Again, with a family size, you have to appreciate the size of this. So 2 cups is probably right at the level we want. So I've got it all mixed up. Can I add this now, Vic?
Yeah, go for it.
All right, here we go. I'm gonna pour half of it on over here.
I almost face planted on that rug.
That would have been awesome.
Bring it down.
And then just kind of toss it around.
Oh, this looks so good. I'm gonna get some spoons.
Get it all underneath there. Again, kind of that folding technique, right? You're coming from the bottom and lifting it up. Like I was making a meringue or something.
What I also love about this is that it makes a lot. So if you're looking for something to feed a lot of people, this is a great, great salad. That looks really good, Sean.
And this salad will hold up for about a week in your fridge.
It really will. And then I've got some seasoned salt that I'm going to put on top. Sometimes you can also use paprika, but I noticed we don't have any in this house. How's that look, Sean?
I'd fold it a few more times.
Go ahead.
You can kind of see you want to avoid any clumpiness and dry patches, so you're really looking for the consistency. And Vicky's right, once you're doing all this, even just a little paprika.
That was so good. Sorry I took the first bite. I just couldn't help myself. I'm starving.
I know who's in charge.
I'm very hungry today.
All right, and there you go. That's literally it. Had all those components put together.
Is that okay?
Yeah, sure.
All right. To add a little punch. That is amazing.
And as you can see, you could easily bring this to any picnic or something that you were invited to. Again, as we talked about, you can bring it to work.
I have a spoon for you to try it.
Oh, great.
The other thing too is you could double your pepper, you can double your scallion, you can double, if you wanted to be a lot more vegetarian type, which this is not vegetarian because of the chicken, but
No.
Okay, I'll try it. That's a big
Is this
bite.
for me?
Yeah. That's perfect. So we will put the recipe on the description in YouTube, my channel, Thrifty Vicky. And if you like what you see, please subscribe, press like, comment. I will always get back to you. And if you make this, please tell me if you like it. So bon appetit, happy summer, and enjoy this.
Bye.
Bye. Yum!
That does taste awesome. Is that a good one to do?
That's fantastic.
I'm so smart.